Hello everyone, today we have new video review and this time we're gonna check fresh release from Brengun. As you can see, that's a resin kit which is molded in 1/48 scale and it copies Chester Jeep US Res airplane. As you can see, box here is quite small, so I'm quite surprised and wondering how big will be the model in assembled state, but here you can see comparison with my hand, so it's quite tiny. It is made out of this white cardboard and it should be top opening as far as I can guess. So just give me a second to open it and we'll check it closer. I think I'm doing it right. Okay, so it should be opening like this, but we'll open it like this because otherwise we'll just damage the box. Anyway, okay, so here we have Ziploc bag with all resin parts, then we have Decal Sheet and assembly manual. I don't see any PE parts, so I guess they're not included. But let's start from this Decal Sheet. There is no printer mentioned, so I'm not sure where they were made, but let's suppose that they were made by Brengun itself. Then we have quite simple assembly manual. Here it is. As you can see, there is no history note. Right away we have the parts map. Assembly process starts with this let's say one-piece fuselage. You insert all necessary parts, connect with wing parts, and you're ready to go basically. So it should be quite an easy process. Nevertheless, once again I will remind you that this is a resin kit, so all parts are molded out of resin, and that can be both advantage and disadvantage of this kit. First, of course, advantage is that it features quite nice detailing and parts division should be easier to work with, but of course if you don't have any experience of working with resin parts, it should be tricky to get a nice result. So here we have the first section which will be installed on top of the fuselage, and it will be installed here. As you can see, we have this open section. Inside there is minor detailing as well as on the rear wall. Note that tail segment is quite thin, and I mean you can see through the light, and that's quite a nice feature. And note that in 1/48 scale this airplane is slightly bigger than my finger, what is quite amazing. Here you can see separate front cowling. So it is molded as one piece part. You just separate it off the base, install it into the airplane, and you're ready to go. And note that those holes, as far as I can guess, should be throughout. What is also quite nice. Oh, it's empty inside, so you know that you have to be careful with it. Then here we have the tail wing parts, as far as I can guess. Here is the second one. They're quite short. Both are molded together with elevators, and on fuselage we don't have any position pins, so you have to be careful with alignment. Then we have minor elements for the cockpit. As you can see, there are several of them, so be careful while installing them into place. Landing gear wheels are quite small. Then here we have another small pieces for airplane. Next we have wings. Wings are molded as one-piece parts. They're also thin, as you can see, and that feature would look nice on the finished model because I mean not all plastic models can provide such thin detailing. Next we have pilot seat. Pilot seat is molded together with small belts. As you can see, of course, they're made out of resin, but that's also a good feature to have because you won't have to work with any PE parts or some textile parts. I mean, some modelers are afraid of this, but here you have them pre-molded, so you just carefully paint them and you have a nice result. Then we have the special base for the propeller. Propeller is also quite thin and it is molded as one-piece part, so no worries about possible extras to do. Then here we have the landing gear doors, which are also one piece, of course. Engine is molded separately as well. Here it is. So it will be up to you if you want to assemble your aircraft without cowling or with cowling, but that's quite a nice feature. And note that to those parts you will have to attach metal in order to have a properly weighted aircraft. And last but not the least, is this section where we have the special parts for the landing gear. So we have landing gear fairings and struts. These are also molded as one-piece parts. They have special recessed slots for the proper placement, and here we have pins on the top again, which will be helpful for the position. And last but not the least is this one-piece vacuum canopy, which is molded nicely, but it might be tricky to work with, especially if you remember that there are no masks included, and manufacturers suggest to cut it to 2 parts so that you can have an open canopy. So it will be up to you if you are brave enough to cut it through, or maybe you install it as a one-piece part onto your small aircraft. So that's all for this video review. I hope you enjoyed it. As usual, don't forget to check detailed photos here in the video description below. There should be links, so just go there and read full review article. And I will appreciate if you click the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel, because it will help us greatly and we will be able to shoot more video reviews like this. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Bye!